So good afternoon, champions. So welcome to our today's analysis. Hopeful that your weekend was great. So welcome to a new week, and hopefully we are going to be able to make some cash out of this brand new week. So welcome to our Monday analysis session. So today I'll be analyzing Euro USD, AUD USD, and also we are going to finish up our analysis with the NAS 100, or as most of you say, usually called the Nasdaq. So let us start from Euro USD. So looking at Euro USD in in a daily time frame, from the daily time frame. Okay, let me start from the weekly time frame so that you can have an overview of what I'm seeing. So generally, from the weekly time frame, you can see this is an uptrend, and then the market has settled in this point of support that is here. You can see that the market has already touched this point of support. So we are currently looking for the market to move, that is from their current market position, that is these levels, to rise up to these levels that are here, to touch this trend line. And also I will be expecting that from the weekly time frame, that the markets are going to break to the upside, that is come to this point of resistance, break this point of resistance, and start creating new highs. This is because of this touch that was made to the trend line that is below here. So from the weekly time frame, I'm expecting that the markets we are going to experience some bullish trend for the whole of this week. So moving into the daily time frame, now from the daily time frame, you can see that in that bullish trend, we had this bearish trend, or the move to the downside, that is. So you can see that the market made a touch. So the market started making a touch. So the market touched this point, raised to the upside, came to this level, then moved down to the downside, made a touch to that point, raised to this side, made another touch, came to create a lower low here. And then currently, you can see that currently I'm expecting that the markets are going to move from their current market position. They're going to move from this position that is here. Hopefully that they are going to rise up to touch this trend line, and also touch this point of resistance that is here, before creating new highs. So you can see that the markets, if I may move into the 1 hour time frame, now from the 1 hour time frame, you can see that the markets are making patterns. So as they are moving towards the upside, you can see that the markets are creating patterns. So you can see that we have got this pattern that has been created, a move to the downside, touch this trend line that is below here, a move to the upside, made a touch to this trend line, came into the downside, made another touch. So currently I'm expecting that the markets are going to move toward the upside, and create a breakout, that is to the upside, breakout to from this trend line above, to create a new high. And just moving into the 1 hour time frame, you can clearly see that this is a very strong point of support. So I'm actually expecting that the markets are going to move from their current market position, and they're going to shoot up to the upside to come to these levels. So in this trade, I'll just be risking a total of I'll be risking a total of 200 pips for a total reward of 889 pips. So hopefully that is going to happen. And now let us move into AUD USD. Now, when it comes to the AUD USD, most of the time the same movement that is usually made by um, the same movement that is characterized by the Euro USD is also the same kind of movement that is usually characterized by the AUD USD. And moving now to the AUD USD, you can see that we are in a when it comes to the monthly time frame, we are in a kind of a bearish trend. But then when you come to a weekly time frame, you can see that this is a move to the upside, that is. So in this move to the upside, you can see that there are patterns that has been created. So we had this start to the upside, which acted as a point of resistance, came to this point here, made a touch to this this trend line that is below here. We had a breakout to the upside, and then when it came to the upside, we had to retest this point of support, because it was previously a strong point of resistance. And then we had a shot up to the upside to this point of resistance, and then we had a move to this place here. So currently I'm expecting that the markets are going to start moving toward the upside, come to this point of resistance, and then create a breakout to the upside. So that is what I'm expecting that the markets are going to do. So moving into the daily time frame, now you can see that we inside that bullish trend, you have got also a bearish trend that is currently ongoing. So you can see that we had a move to these levels here, a move to the upside, made a touch to that trend line, came down to this point of support. So you can see this is a very strong point of support because we had to retest this point of resistance here before creating a clear breakout to the downside, that is to come and touch this trend line again here. Also, you can notice that this is also a strong point of support here. That's why you can see that after market made a touch to this point of support, the market shot up to the upside, came to these levels. This was also a strong point of resistance. Previously, here it acted as a point of support. That's why you can see that at this point it was acting as a point of resistance. We had a move to the downside to these levels here. So this is also a strong point of support. So I'm expecting that the markets are going to short up to the upside. And this time around, they are going to create a breakout to the upside and start creating new highs, and hopefully they are going to move further to the upside to make a breakout in these areas here before touching this point that is here, which is a very strong point of resistance. So moving into the 1 hour time frame. Now looking at the 1 hour time frame, I'm expecting that the markets are going to move toward the upside. So you can see this bearish movement that is, the bullish movement that is here. So you can see that we have already made a touch to that levels. So currently it is at this point of support. So I'm expecting that the markets are going to move from this point of support then to shoot up to the upside, that is into my take profit. Now from the hourly time frame, you can clearly see what I'm trying to say. So I'm currently in this trade, so I'm expecting that. So this is just but double shoulders. You can see that this is the inverted head and shoulder. So you can see the head is currently at this point. Then you can see this double shoulder. So you've got a shoulder on this side and also a shoulder on that side. So I'm expecting that the markets are going to move from these levels here. They are going to rise up high above, come to this point here, some small pullbacks before getting into my take profit. So that is what I am having for the whole of this week when it comes to AUDUSD. So let us move on to the NAS 100. So moving into the NAS 100, if I may start from the daily time frame. Now looking at the daily time frame, usually the NAS 100 is good when it comes to buying more than selling, because NAS 100 keeps on creating new highs every week. So currently you can see we are always in a bullish trend when it comes to the daily time frame, especially when it comes to the NAS 100. And so there are no patterns actually when it comes to uh, the daily time frame. But looking at the hourly time frame, you can see I talked about this in, I think, last week. So you can see that we have been creating new highs, and then after every week. So I talked about this last week, where whenever we experience kind of a bullish trend the whole week, on Friday we usually create there's usual a creation of a very breakout to the upside, that is. So you can see that the breakout happened, moving to these levels. We entered the week to this pattern that was here, and then on Friday we had a breakout to the upside. But then for the last week we didn't have any bullish trend, but rather we had a kind of a bullish trend instead of a bearish trend. So you can see that this is a bearish trend. This is also a bearish trend. But then you can see that here we had a kind of a bullish trend that was happening for the whole of um, last week. Then on Friday, because this was a bullish trend, then we experienced a breakout to the upside. So you can notice this red candlestick. So we had a strong movement toward the downside to make a touch to this trend line that is below here. So moving into the hourly time frame, you can see that the whole of this week we are experiencing a downward movement. So the markets have already, so you can see this particular pattern. We had a touch to these levels here. We had a move to the upside, this point of support here. We had another move to the upside, made a touch, came to this point, made another retest to this particular trend line. We had a breakout to these levels, came to this point, strong point of support, so it had to move to the upside. And then you have been settling in into this point of consolidations here. But then when it came to, this was what I was talking about. So when it came to Friday, so we had a clear breakout to the upside, came to this point of support, move up to the upside to this point of resistance before creating a clear breakout to the downside. And we woke up this morning having this particular place here acting as kind of a strong point of resistance, but also this is also a trend line which the market most of the time they usually respect. So we had a move to the upside to this particular point of resistance, move to the downside to have a retest to this point of trend line. Currently we are having a breakout to the upside. So the market have already tagged this point of resistance. I'm expecting them to first of all move to these levels here, come to this point of support before creating a breakout to the upside to come to these levels. They will make attack to this trend line and also make attack to this particular point of resistance. So that is what I'm currently waiting for. So this was the plan that I had this morning, but I think I'm going to change this plan since I'm expecting that the markets are going to first of all move toward the downside. So I'm expecting to have that particular kind of plan. So I'll just be, so in this trade I'll just be risking a total of 24 pips for a total reward of 165 pips. So that is the plan that I have for the whole of this week. Hopefully you are able to get something out of it. My prayer is that may the pips always be with you. Thank you.